What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to another episode of the Dossier, the quick format show where we quickly talk about some of the Crisis Protocol characters, what they kind of do on the table, take a look at their models, and generally share some thoughts and opinions of the character cards and their tactic cards. This is coming from a casual, competitive mind space, so just keep in mind that all these opinions are just kind of my hot potato takes. Take them as you will. Obviously, I'm always happy to be proven wrong by the community on this one. This week, we are talking about Beta Ray Bill, and this is a really cool model. It's one that it's a character that not a lot of people outside of like hardcore comic fans really knew about. I was tangentially aware of Beta Ray Bill, but I knew nothing more than, he was sort of this weird horse cyborg thing that had the power of Thor. So yeah, let's take a look at the model. And first off, very dynamic pose, very much in the vein of a classic Marvel comic book cover. So it's really neat that AMG was able to capture that. I love the fact that lightning does not feel flimsy. It actually has some nice sturdiness to it. It's attached to the hammer. The pose itself, very nice and dynamic. The cloak billowing back out there. Kind of that superhero pose. All in all, I'm a big fan of the Beta Ray Bill model. I think it was really nice. There's lots of little bits of texture on the model. It lets you to kind of play out a little bit with what you want to do. I love that cloak. I had a lot of fun painting that cloak up as well. The lightning was good as well. Playing around with the gold on the boots and even the skin on the horse was just a little bit different for me. So all in all, I really dig the Beta Ray Bill model. Just a lot of fun in general. But, we're not here just to talk about the models itself. We want to talk about the cards. So here we have Beta Ray Bill. He is a 4/4/3 for his defensive stats, 6 stamina, 4 threat, size 2, medium movement, and a very nice suite of skills here. So he has a physical attack for a builder, range 2, 5 dice, damage equal to, or power equal to damage dealt, with a wild stun. So for people at home, what stun is when you stun an enemy character, they will only ever gain 1 power in the event that they gain power. So if they would gain 3 power from an attack, they're only going to gain 1. Of course, things that bypass it if they have multiple sources of gaining power, but that's another discussion. We also have an energy attack, Summon the Storm. If the target character has the Flight innate superpower, this character may reroll up to 2 of its attack dice, including Skull results. Very cool. Whenever you get to reroll attack dice, it's always nice, especially with Skull results. It's a range 4, 6 dice for 2 power. It does have a Wild Shock, which, if you apply that shock, they're going to be rolling 1 less attack die. We have another attack here. It is a energy attack, God Hunter, range 2, 5 dice, 3 power. Looks unimpressive for the spender, but you do get to add dice equal to the size of the target character. So with most characters being size 2, this is going to be easily a 7 dice attack. With a lot of the chunky boys that have been released lately, Rhino and the Sentinels and Malekith, you're easily looking at 7, 8, 9 dice at times, with some rare instances of 10 dice if you hit Sentinels or Dormammu. We have, in addition to it, we have a trigger for a hit, crit, and a wild. You get to hurl the character. After this attack resolved, throw the target character medium, and that is not restricted to size. So Dormammu and those Sentinels are going to get tossed across the table. Good fun right there, and medium is such a nice range for a throw. We have Immeasurable Strength, which is an active superpower for 3. Choose an interactive terrain feature or enemy character size 4 or less within range 2 and throw them medium. This power can be used once per turn. That's fantastic. Anytime you get to throw a character or a piece of terrain is always good fun, especially when it's a medium throw. And he's throwing everyone except for the big size 5 boys, so Sentinels and Dormammu. So really cool. We have Corbinite Cybernetics for 1 power. If this character would suffer damage, it may use this superpower to reduce the amount of damage suffered by 1. There is no minimum. I love this. It has been used to great effect against me. It's awesome. If you have the power to use it, you use it, and that just makes Beta Ray Bill so much more durable. We have an innate superpower, Honor Bound. After an attack targeting this character is resolved, this character, if suffered damage, may advance short. It is aggressive. Good fun. You can't ignore Beta Ray Bill. He is going to be attacked, and this is just going to make sure that he's getting within range for things like God Hunter and Stormbreaker. We have Blessed by the All-Father. During the power phase, this character gains 1 additional power. Awesome. That means on Summon the Storm is active turn 1, as is Corbinite Cybernetics with a little bit to spare. Very nice. He has Flight, Immunity, Bleed, Incinerate, and Poison. This makes him excellent to go into scenarios like Demons Downtown, He's going to be paired with Hood very nicely because Hood can heal him up without the bleed really taking effect. And then Poison is just one of those nuisance status conditions that you don't want to deal with when you have it. So throw him at Strucker and throw him at what's his name, Omega Red. Good fun right there. On his flip side, the only thing that changes is he has 5 stamina instead of 6. All so far, fun card. We have 2 tactics cards that he comes with. We have Brothers in Arms, we'll talk about first. It's an unaffiliated active card that is played by Thor and Beta Ray Bill. They each spend 1 power. While within 2 of each other this round, the characters that played this card gain the superpowers shown below. It is innate, the Worthy. This character may not be advanced, thrown, or placed by enemy effects. Additionally, this character adds 3 dice to all energy attacks it makes. This is obviously not as good for Thor, but they did do Thor Odinson, which means future Thors might be able to make better use out of this, because all he has is his God of Thunder, which is an area 2 attack, so really hard to kind of make use of that one. However, Beta Ray Bill does have that range 4 energy attack, as well as God Hunter. Very easy for him to add some power to that, which is really nice. Also, just not being able to be advanced, thrown, or placed can be clutch in this game. Anytime you can shut down enemy movement without the use of Indomitable or something else, really super. The only downside is I'm not sure how often we're going to see Beta Ray Bill and Thor in the same lists. They are affiliated in Asgard, but beyond that, I think the only other affiliation for Beta Ray Bill is Guardians of the Galaxy. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to see that very often, although I do think Beta Ray Bill makes an excellent addition to Asgard. We also have Scuttlebutt on me. This is an unaffiliated reactive tactics card. When an allied Beta Ray Bill or allied Scourge the Executioner make an attack during their activation, after the attack is resolved, the attacking character may spend any amount of power to play this card. The attacking character immediately performs the attack listed above, targeting the original target character. So it is an energy attack, tech support, range 5, 2 damage for 0 power. This attack ignores line of sight, and the defending character does not benefit from cover. Take that, you stupid little rocket raccoon. Add attack dice to the attack roll equal to the power spent on this card. So if you're flush with power, you can really make this card hit hard. After the attack is resolved, if it dealt damage, the character that played this card may throw the target character short. Lots of fun right there. It pairs very well with Brother in Arms, which is really kind of cool. And it is a great follow-up card if you really need to take someone out. Simply because it, as long as I'm understanding this correctly, it does not take an action to do so. So basically, it is just a follow-up attack, which, again, really cool, especially with some of the big targets on here. Yeah. So let's quickly talk about what Beta Ray Bill brings to the table. He's very durable. He hits very hard. He's great against a lot of the large meta that we're seeing roll around. He is definitely a character that is going to make Malekith think twice about where he goes into, as well as other things like Sentinels and all that sort of stuff. He's a great counter to Rhino, who just came out. My biggest complaint about Beta Ray Bill is not so much that there's anything really wrong with him, but I think it makes Thor feel a little bad. I kind of wish Thor had some of the kit that Beta Ray Bill has, and it's a little disappointing that he just feels so much better for one threat less. That's not to say Thor doesn't bring anything to the table. It's just I think Beta Ray Bill is much more dynamic. I also think he fits a very nice role in Guardians of the Galaxy, which can play very wide to begin with. 4 threats, not a very big splash. And I think he brings a lot of interesting tech to that one as well. Just as far as he's a little bit more of a durable piece. He can definitely hit hard. He's definitely a character that I think can go toe-to-toe with a lot of other 4 threats. And I think he can easily run the board against a bunch of 3 threats and 2 threats. So all in all, I really dig Beta Ray Bill. I think he's an excellent addition. I think he's a very good splashable character in certain affiliations. You throw him in Avengers. I think, well, everyone loves Avengers. I'm going to be playing him around with my Shield roster a little bit. I think Cabal gets some fun stuff out of him. So just in general, I think Beta Ray Bill is going to find a home in a lot of places, and I think he deserves it. I think he's an excellent addition to the game. For all in all, he brings some really nice kit to him. The model looks absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, I don't think his tactics cards are anything too special, but I think his card itself is just really nice. So that is Beta Ray Bill. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you didn't like, all that sort of stuff. And of course, if you're looking for another way to support the channel, you can always hit up the Patreon in the links below. Any support is greatly appreciated. Obviously, if you join the Patreon, like, you know, hopefully I'll roll out some more perks for that one. But I thank you so much, even if you're just watching this. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching, and happy wargaming.